And we were just taking a second to see what else we're going to put on the menu for tonight to go with our restaurant. How are we doing so far? I admit, I'm going to tell you a small story, but I'm also just kind of catching my breath. So I was mentioning this. I was just going to tell you this quick story, and because you might be able to use it. There's it's all about, you know. When people give you a look, you're not quite sure what it is, and it could have different meanings, and maybe sometimes it could be best to think the best, but also remember your instinct, which if someone gives you a look like you should run as fast as you can, get the fuck out of there, then you should run as fast, you should follow your instinct. I had an experience yesterday because I told you we went to my aunt's service up north in Evanston, and on the way back through town, I had this nice guy driving and my good friend, and I just said, hey, can we just take this street and we'll go in a block, it'll take us out of our way for just a second, but I want to see my grandma's house because my grandma's house was like the core. It was like the sun that all the planets revolved around, and you know, she had 6 kids, and then all her grandkids and all us cousins, and then their kids. That was like the home, the main place we gathered, and everything about it had just the building itself floods you with memories, and the alleys and the streets, and so we pulled by it, and I said, oh, I think it's this one. It was a little different, less foliage, and it didn't have the ivy on the side that made it look like Wrigley Field. But and then there was like 3 guys kind of sitting at this little table in the front of the apartment. There was just a kind of, you know, a couple patches of grass, and yeah, and pulled up, and I was like, I had a beer in a cup, and I'll just hop out of the car real quick, and I was showing my friend, like, this is where we used to play baseball as kids, and then this is where I you know, this, that, and the other thing, and then this, that, and the other thing, and this one guy, he's kind of big and mean looking, and he had some bull shorts on, and a white t-shirt, and a cool beard, and he's a cool looking guy, and the other 2 guys were cool looking guys, and they're looking at me like, who's this fucking asshole? The fuck is he looking at? What's he doing here? What's he pointing to? And that's what I thought, and I started thinking, well, it was cool to drive by, but maybe it's time to go. And then he got out of his chair, started walking towards me with this look, like, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. And you know, that's the same look as this, which is what I found out later. He was looking at me going, is that fucking any better? It's the same look. And I tell you, that's the Abraham family. I tell you, I was so happy when he was happy he knew me. I was like, oh, thank God you knew my name. This is fucking great. This is my grandma's house. He said, we heard it was a rumor. No, it's great. And then we just talked and talked and talked. Pete, do we have more beer? We're getting more beer. And and then his mom came out and some sisters, and then it was like a movie. And they weren't in the apartment that my grandma used to have. She was up in the top corner. And I always thought like, I should have just bought that thing. I wish I could have had the dough at the time to just buy that thing and keep it like a time capsule. And we could have always, and it was like a regret of mine. And then this guy comes out and they say, oh, that's the guy who lives in Grandma's place. And so he comes down, I meet him, and he's fucking great. And he raised his 5 kids up there too. And his youngest was going, or I think the youngest, was leaving today to go start med school. What a fucking guy. And that's him. That's Mo, I'm back. So then we invited him to the show, and then they said, fuck yeah, we're coming to that show. And then he put off his flight to med school. He said, I can make my first class if I leave tomorrow, not today. So they're here tonight. In fact, there he is right there in the front. Got a camera on there? You stop him. And I'm so glad that apartment wasn't just a museum or something. It's been a place full of love and power, and it had a good vibe, and then you took it and raised even, your 6 kids too. So thank you. I just want to thank you. I know it's in good hands now. So these are this is for my new friends, and sitting with them in the front porch and feeling the Chicago summer air, which is only found in Chicago. I'll come to the daytime, I will come into your flame, I will kiss you in 4 places,
show around.